How's it going, car people? It's Lucas here, back with another car review, presenting to you today this 2011 Toyota Highlander Sport. As always, I will start it up, show you the engine, show you around the interior and the exterior of the car. So, here's the key, along with the key fob, which is separate from the key itself. The fob includes your lock, unlock, panic, and glass popper. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So, let's go ahead and cut on the headlights, fog lights, and hazards. The driver's side window is fully automatic. So, let's go ahead and check out the exterior of the Highlander.
The Toyota Highlander is a mid-size crossover SUV produced by Toyota since 2000, built on the same platform as the Toyota Camry. It is currently in its fourth generation, with the first generation, the XU20, running from 2000 to 2007. The second generation, the XU40, ran from 2007 to 2013. The third generation, the XU50, ran from 2013 to 2019. The fourth and current generation, the XU70, is not for sale yet. It made its debut at the New York International Auto Show on April 17th of this year, but sales in the United States won't be starting until December of this year. The XU40 Highlander, along with the Highlander Hybrid, made its debut at the 2007 Chicago Auto Show, with sales beginning in July of that same year for regular models and late September for hybrid models. Neither of them are sold in Japan, by the way. The XU40, after the XU20, was also no longer available as a 5-seater, only a 7-seater. The 5-seater version was dropped because it got replaced by the Toyota Venza. The XU40 Highlander received a facelift in 2010 for the 2011 model year, which mainly included a completely revised front end, which had new headlights, a new black chrome accent rocker panel, and a new front grille. The XU40 Highlander was available with 3 different trim levels: Base, Sport, and Limited. However, the Sport was replaced with the SE for the 2011 facelift. Engine options include a 1ARFE 2.7-liter inline 4-cylinder, a 2GRFE 3.5-liter V6, a 3MZFE 3.3-liter hybrid V6, and a 2GRFXE 3.5-liter hybrid V6. As far as exterior amenities on this Highlander, it has halogen headlights, an aluminum and chrome accented front grille, front fog lamps, body-colored side mirrors and door handles, chrome trim underneath the doors and windows, chrome accenting on the rear bumper, Highlander and 4-wheel drive badging on the trunk lid, a backup camera, an LED third brake light, a single-exit exhaust, and 17-inch alloy wheels on Yokohama Geolandar HT P245/65 R17 tires. This Highlander is powered by Toyota's 2GRFE codenamed 3.5-liter dual overhead cams, 24 valves, naturally aspirated V6 engine. It produces 273 horsepower at 6,200 RPM and 249 pound-feet of torque at 4,700 RPM. It is 0 to 60 in 7.8 seconds and has a top speed of 112 miles an hour. With a 19-gallon fuel tank, it is estimated to get 17 miles per gallon city, 22 highway, and 19 combined. This Highlander is all-wheel drive.
You do get an 8-way, power adjustable driver's seat. We do have our slide, our height adjustment, recline, and two-way lumbar adjustment right over here. We do also have Highlander carpet floor mats. Here's our fuel cap release. We do have two-tone door panels in this vehicle, as well as a two-tone dashboard, as you can see. Cloth padding, leather padded armrest, power windows, power locks, window lock, speaker, storage down below, and bottle holder. We do have our power mirrors right over here, rear wiper, traction control, and panel dim, as well as a little bit of storage right here. All right. So let's go ahead and do a few revs and see how she sounds. This Highlander has dual zone manual climate control, with one zone being here and the other one being for the rear passengers, which I'll show later. We do have our fan speed right over here. We do have our temperature settings in the middle, our different zones, as well as front defrost. We do have our rear defrost and rear mirror, recycling, AC, as well as right here you can turn on the rear controls. Also, if you turn that down, you can go to max AC. So overall, it is pretty simple to use. This Highlander does have a little infotainment screen right over here. Currently, it's displaying the time as well as the outside temperature, but nothing else below. By using the display button right over here, you can control what you can see on the display. So here we have our fuel consumption after refill, current fuel consumption, cruising range, and again the fuel consumption after refuel, average fuel consumption, the distance, as well as the history of all that. So pretty much it just shows info about your fuel economy. Here's our radio. This is the power button right here, the volume knob. It is a good sounding radio. Over here you got the buttons for your 6 preset stations, seat track buttons over here, as well as you can type the folder right here. This right here is your tuning knob, which you would push to select. You can view your preset stations via this button right here, change between FM, AM, and XM radio, view the disc aux info, view the sound settings right over here, as well as the play pause button right over here. Eject button, scan button, as well as text button right over here. Basically what this does is, depending on which song is playing, it'll display the name of the song across the display right here. Power outlet. Over here we have a USB and aux port. This Highlander is equipped with the 6-speed automatic transmission with sport mode and manual shiftability. And upon putting it into reverse, you do get a backup camera, as you can see right there. Next to the shifter, we have our cup holders, a 12-volt power outlet, snow mode, downhill assist control, more cup holders, some storage. Here's our glove box with all your owner's literature and stuff like that. You do get a 4-spoke design steering wheel with nice and tight power steering, as well as aluminum trim over here and over here. Loud horn. Over to the left, you do have your headlight and turn signal stock. And to the right, you do have your wiper stock. The steering wheel is also manually tilting and telescoping. Pretty cool. As far as controls on the steering wheel, we have all our audio and Bluetooth phone controls right over here. the display button as well as voice recognition. We do have cruise control right down below here. On the gauge cluster, as you can see, the gauges are chrome accented. We do have our tachometer, engine temperature gauge, fuel gauge, shift indicator, little display with our odometer. This one has 101,000 miles. Via this button right here, you can scroll from the odometer to trip A to trip B and back to the odometer. And of course, we have our speedo right over here. We have a grip handle for the driver, our sun visor with vanity mirror and light. We do have a little extension over here on the sun visor, manually dimming rearview mirror, sunglass container, which also doubles as a rear view mirror to keep track of the rear passengers, as well as here are our front interior lights. This one doesn't work right now. All right. So let's go ahead and shut it down. And we'll check out the back seat. All the materials on the seats as well as the door panels do carry through to the back. We have our power window switch, speaker, and storage down below with bottle holder. We do also get floor mats back here as well. Hopping in. I'm about 6'1.5 inches. This driver's seat is all the way back, and I still have a plentiful amount of legroom and a plentiful amount of headroom. So it's actually quite a nice place to be back here. Now, it is worth mentioning, the second row of seats does slide, as you can see there on a track, and the one that I'm sitting on right now is in its furthest back position, by the way, in case you were wondering. We do have dual seat map pockets on the front two seats. Here we have our rear climate controls with our fan speed, temperature, different zones, stuff like that. Cup holders, as well as right here, we have a little console. And also, if you pull on the strap, it's kind of hard to do with one hand, but this folds down, and this console right here, which includes cup holders and another storage compartment, that would go right in here. But personally, I do not know how to put this in, even though there's instructions right there, so I'm not going to do it in this video, but you pretty much get the idea. I'm pretty sure somebody who's very familiar with this generation Highlander will know how to do it. We do have grip handles for the second row passengers right here. Here are our air vents and our lights for the rear as well. All right, so that's pretty much it for the second row of seats. Let's go ahead and check out the third row of seats. To gain access to the third row of seats, there's actually two different handles that you can pull. Either this one or this one right over here, but this one's more meant for the passengers sitting back there. So we'll just pull this one. Seat folds down. Unfortunately, it does not fold up, so you kind of have to climb up into here like this. And honestly, this third row of seats should really be reserved for like kids. Now, this seat is up. Let me move over here. And yeah, you can see it's pretty cramped back here because my knees are touching the seat and my head is also almost touching the ceiling. So yeah, as I said, this third row of seats should really be reserved for kids. We do have cup holders back here, however, and that's pretty much it. So now, let's go ahead and check out trunk space. So around back, the rear glass does actually pop on this generation Highlander, and there's two different ways to open it. We do, of course, have the button on our remote, and it'll just open up like that. The other way is via this black button right here. And this is honestly a very convenient feature in case you just want to toss something in without having to open up the entire trunk lid. We'll go ahead and close that up, and we'll open the actual trunk. There's, of course, the membrane underneath here. Now, as you can see, with the third row of seats in place, there really isn't any room at all. Here's the cargo cover that would actually clip onto here, provided the third row of seats is down. And I guess you could use that area for a little bit of storage once that's out there. This cover, as well as this cover, they do also come off, just like so. Folding down the third row of seats is pretty simple. All it is this strap. Headrest goes down. Then you can just fold the entire seat down. Same goes for this one. And look at that. You have a flat loading floor. And then you could also put the cargo cover in. And there's also these levers right here, which fold down the middle row of seats. They are indicated. And as you can see, with the seats folded down, you have quite a lot of cargo space. Not bad. So all of that is going to conclude the review on the 2011 Toyota Highlander Sport. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like or a comment. Subscribe today if you haven't. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye.